Welcome back to October. Now, when I was asked to do superhero costumes, let me just be confessional for a second. I didn't really know much about superheroes. I knew that there were superheroes, I knew of them, but I didn't realize they were DC and Marvel. So when I started thinking about superheroes and then people were like, you can't do them together because they're separate, I was like, wait, what? I can't? Oh, so we decided to take a few from Marvel and a few from DC and mesh them together in this fun pair off. So in the comments below, let us know, do you like Marvel or do you like DC better? Who's your favorite superhero? Which one of these costumes do you think is the most fun? Which one do you think would be the easiest to pair together for cheap and all that good stuff? So just let me know whatever you think. Either way, I just want to know. Okay, so let's get going and let's do some superhero costumes. Guys, I did most of this stuff from the thrift store, and I think I did all of it from the thrift store, but it was super fun, super cheap, and you guys can do this too. So let's go. Alright, for Wonder Woman, I found some blue pants and I just ironed on some glitter stars that I cut out with my Cricut. You could also do like white fabric and cut stars out and Mod Podge them on if you don't have a Cricut, but most of you guys do if you're here because that's what we're all about here. Then I found this cute little white shirt at the thrift store and I used this tulip red paint that I got at the craft store because it's for fabric, but let me tell you, I would much rather just spray paint it. This can did not go very far and I only was able to really do like the front of it. So I would definitely take some red spray paint if I want to do this again. And then I found this big old roll of gold sequins at the thrift store and it was such a steal. It was like $2 for 10 yards of it or something. I have a ton left over. And if you guys have never found like craft supplies at the thrift store, they come in usually like bags of goodies that you kind of just get and you get a big old stash of. Just add stuff to your craft store. But I just made this little V and put it on the top, and then I did another V and worked my way outward to kind of make the big W that is on her shirt. And I did a couple different layers, and this is kind of a different style of Wonder Woman, but I really like it because it's kind of modest, and for my daughter, I don't really want her running around like underwear and tights, so I thought it was a cute way to kind of make it more modest and suitable for little girls. So, especially because everyone wants to be Wonder Woman today because the new movie just came out. So just hot glue this on. It's a costume. It doesn't have to last for a long time. So hot glue is our best friend for the entire season. So I'm just going to follow the same pattern, doing a whole nother thing and then going down in a V as well, just like I'm doing here. You can just kind of watch it to kind of get an idea of how I did it and just hot glue that bad boy on. And then once you have the shirt done and the pants done, we're going to go into making just little pieces for the head and for the arms and all that good stuff. So let's finish this shirt and then we'll move on to that. Now we're just going to take some strips, and Landis actually came up with how to do this. She just cut some pieces of Velcro and glued them onto the ends of the sequins, and I'm not really sure what she did. She kind of made like a bracelet out of the first like little round of it, so it went around and kind of like hooked on right there. So she put another piece of Velcro right there so that it was kind of tight around her wrist, and then she wrapped it all the way up her arm and then put more Velcro on it to hold it. So it was kind of like you have to just, every time you put it on, you've got to put some Velcro, or you don't have to put Velcro on every time, but you have to Velcro it every time. So then she kind of made like another little section where it Velcroed around the top of her arm. And seeing as she's 11 and she figured that out, I'm guessing you guys can figure that out too. So just wrap it all the way around and then it's good to go. And you've got these cool little arm thingies. And then for her helmet thing, I found these foam tangram things at the thrift store. You can make one out of like cardboard or paper or whatever, but I just kind of like covered it, and I used this for Black Widow as well, these little tangram things, so you'll see that later on in the video. But I covered it with this so that it kind of like stuck straight up off of her helmet or whatever that is, her headband, and then I just used another strip and put it around. So if you can't find this gold stuff, you can find it at the craft store, but I would encourage you to look for it in the thrift store because there's a lot of fun stuff all the time in the thrift store. I'm not even joking, people donate craft stuff all the time. So cover that up and then put some Velcro on the back or make it into a complete headband, and then you just wear it on her hair and you put her hair down and you curl it. And then when you're done with that, we're going to move on to the shoes, and the shoes are my favorite part. I found these tall Converse at the thrift store, which were white, and I spray painted them, but I rolled down the tongue because Wonder Woman has like a big white strip at the top or on the front of her shoe. So I rolled that down and just tackled these with spray paint. And yes, I did not use the tulip this time. I used Alright, for our t-shirt costumes, which are super simple and super easy, we're just going to use some felt and some heat and bond. So I'm just going to iron on a bunch of heat and bond onto the back of our felt, and that's all you have to do to start it. You just kind of iron it on and then peel it off once it's nice and cooled down, and then you have this shiny side. This will help your Cricut cut it if you're using the Cricut Explorer. If you're using the Maker, you don't need to have heat and bond, although we are going to use heat and bond for this tutorial because it makes life super simple. If you guys don't know how to use heat and bond, or you want a more in-depth tutorial, check out my how to use heat and bond tutorial. So I'm just going to cut this out of my new Maker, and I'm going to use my regular blade, I believe, or I might use the rotary blade. Let's see what it does. So I'm going to get going. Yep, and the rotary blade is what we're going to use for felt, and that is the new blade that comes on the Maker, and it's great for fabric and felt and all that good stuff. So it makes cutting like a dream, and you actually don't need heat and bond, so that's amazing. So I have all of these on my Cricut Access for my patrons, so if you need to get a hold of those quick, you can find that. Captain America is actually easy to make because it's just a bunch of circles and some stars, so you can make that yourself if you needed to, instead of finding a graphic for it. So if you want to do this, which I'm guessing you do because you're watching this video, you're going to heat up your shirt, and then you're going to position your first piece down, which for Superman was the yellow triangle diamond thingy. And then you're going to not do that, I guess. I don't know what happened. But you're going to heat it down onto your shirt and make sure you press it. You could also use the Easy Press. We did this before I had the Easy Press, but that would make life a lot easier because it's the Easy Press. Okay, so we're just going to make sure that's heated on, and then we're going to do the next layer, and then you're going to do that for all of the characters, and you'll have shirts for all of your BFFs and all that good stuff. So for Hulk, he was actually super easy. We just found a big green shirt that was much bigger than whoever's going to be wearing it. We painted their face green, and we found some khaki pants. Those aren't khaki, purplish brown pants, and we cut them off and shredded them at the bottom, and then we stuffed a blanket to make those massive muscles. We painted their face green, their hands green, their legs green, and they were nice and green. And then Black Widow's super easy. You just find a bunch of black clothes, and I found this black well, it's a brown belt, but I'm going to make it black in a second. And I hot glued all those little tangrams I was talking about on. Found this in the kids section, like in the thrift stores of where like you can find little bags of things. Just find little knickknacks or toys or anything that's kind of weird shaped. Glue them to a belt, and then we're going to spray paint this whole thing black when we're done. So just kind of assemble it because she wears this belt that's got like, it's like a utility belt. You could put like a little gun on it or whatever you want to put on it. But that's all you have to do. And then you just spray paint it black and you're good to go. And pair it with black pants, black shirt, black shoes, black gloves, and curl her hair. And that's like the easiest costume you can make.